So, have you ever used a VPN and just felt frustrated? They can be slow, a total pain to set up, and just a headache to deal with. But what if securing your connection could be as easy and fast as just sending a message? Well, that's the promise of a pretty new solution that is seriously changing the game.
Okay, so here's our roadmap. To really get why this new approach is so different, we're going to walk through it. We'll start by talking about that old VPN headache. Then we'll meet WireGuard itself and uncover its secret sauce, something called crypto key routing. We'll see why it wins, who's using it, and what all this means for the future.
All right, let's dive right in with Section 1, the old VPN headache. I think a lot of us know this feeling all too well. The frustration, the slow speeds, the confusing setups that have kind of defined traditional VPNs for years.
I mean, we're always being told to use them, right? For privacy, for security. And that's great advice. But why do they so often feel like a total chore to use? Why is the experience so clunky?
Well, it turns out you're not wrong to feel that way. Older VPNs like OpenVPN are often slow just because their code is so demanding. Setting them up can be a real nightmare if you're not a network engineer. And maybe the biggest issue? Their code bases are gigantic. We're talking hundreds of thousands of lines of code. It's almost impossible to properly audit something that big for security holes.
So, in response to that massive headache, a totally new approach came along, one built from the ground up for the way the internet works today. So, let's meet WireGuard.
At its core, this is WireGuard's whole mission statement. It's not just an update to the old way of doing things. It's a complete reimagining of what a VPN should be. It was designed from day one with simplicity and speed at the absolute forefront.
This whole philosophy is about stripping away all the unnecessary complexity. The goal was to make setting up a VPN as easy as using SSH, which if you've ever managed a server, you know is a super common and simple tool. By keeping the design minimal, you automatically shrink the attack surface, that is, the number of places a hacker could try to break in, and you boost performance on everything from your phone to a massive server.
And here it is. This is the number that changes everything. About 4,000 lines of code. Now compare that to the hundreds of thousands of lines in the older guys. The difference is just staggering. A code base this small can actually be read and understood and audited by a single security expert. That is a massive leap forward for trust.
So how does it do it? How does it pull off this elegant simplicity while still being so secure? Well, the magic is in this brilliant little concept called crypto key routing.
Instead of having all these complex firewalls and background services running, WireGuard uses a really simple but powerful idea. It directly links a user's identity, their public key, to a list of IP addresses that they are allowed to talk to inside the network.
It's kind of like a digital bouncer at a super exclusive club. First, you and the server swap public keys. Think of that as your photo ID. Then, the server puts your ID on the guest list for specific areas of the club. Those are the allowed IPs. If your ID is valid, but you try to go into a room you're not on the list for, you just don't get in. It's really that straightforward.
And this is the part that's so brilliant. That single list serves two purposes. When you're sending data out, the list acts like a map, telling your data where it's allowed to go. But when data's coming in, that same list acts like a security checkpoint, deciding who gets in. It's a map and a bouncer, all rolled into one.
Okay, so we've got this new, lean, clever approach. But how does it really stack up against the old guard, like OpenVPN? Let's put them head-to-head.
When you lay it all out like this, it's pretty much a knockout. WireGuard is so much leaner, which makes it way easier to secure. It's built for incredible speed because it runs inside the core of the operating system, the kernel. It uses the latest and greatest cryptographic protocols, and its setup is designed for regular people, not just network gurus.
Visually, the benefit is just so obvious. With WireGuard, you get to crank the speed and security all the way up while pushing the complexity all the way down. You're not making a trade-off anymore. You're getting the best of everything. It's a clear win.
So with this powerful combination of features, you might be wondering, who's actually using this? Well, it turns out WireGuard's appeal is incredibly broad.
Pretty much everyone is adopting it. You've got remote workers who need fast access to company files. You have privacy-focused folks who just want to be safe on coffee shop Wi-Fi. Businesses are using it to securely link entire offices together. And network admins absolutely love it because it's so simple to manage.
And if we look at the data, we can see where it's making the biggest splash.
Securing remote work and just protecting personal browsing are the top two uses, but that site-to-site slice is growing fast as more and more companies realize how powerful and easy it is.
Okay, so let's zoom out. What's the big picture here? Where's all this heading, and what's the real takeaway from the rise of WireGuard?
Ultimately, WireGuard represents a fundamental shift in how we even think about secure networking. It's a move away from the tangled, bloated complexity of the past and a move towards a future that is just simpler, faster, and way more secure. Now, what this means, for you, personally, is that you don't have to compromise anymore. You can get full, transparent control over your own privacy. You get the peace of mind that comes with modern, auditable security. You get amazing performance without the usual VPN slowdown, and you can get all of this on pretty much any device you own.
So with its powerful mix of simplicity, speed, and real, verifiable security, it really makes you ask the question, is this the new standard we should expect from all of our secure connections? And if it is, has the bar for internet privacy been permanently raised for every single one of us?